Cigarettes are one of the most widely consumed tobacco products worldwide, with millions of people smoking them daily despite the well-documented health risks. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, an estimated 28.3 million adults in the United States smoke cigarettes, and approximately 2.8 million middle and high school students use at least one tobacco product. But how are cigarettes actually made? From growing the tobacco plants to the final packaging process, the production of cigarettes involves a highly mechanized and precise series of steps, ensuring efficiency, consistency, and large-scale output. Today, we step inside a modern cigarette factory to uncover the journey of tobacco, from seed to finished product. Before modern cigarettes became widespread, tobacco leaves had been used for centuries in various forms. Ancient civilizations, including the Maya and Aztecs, cultivated and smoked tobacco thousands of years ago, often for spiritual or medicinal purposes. When European explorers arrived in the Americas in the 16th century, they introduced tobacco to their home countries, leading to its rapid spread across Europe. By the 19th century, cigarettes emerged as a popular consumer product, especially in the United States, where industrialization enabled mass production. Over time, smoking became deeply ingrained in culture, promoted through advertising and endorsed by celebrities. However, scientific research in the 20th century revealed the severe health hazards of smoking, leading to public health campaigns, warning labels, and regulatory measures aimed at reducing tobacco use. Despite these concerns, cigarette manufacturing remains a massive global industry. But what exactly goes into making a cigarette? The journey of a cigarette begins in the fields, where tobacco plants are cultivated under carefully controlled conditions. In the United States, states like North Carolina, Kentucky, and Virginia are known for their large-scale tobacco farming operations. Tobacco plants thrive in warm, humid climates with well-drained soil. In early spring, skilled farmers prepare seed trays by filling them with nutrient-rich soil. Then, an automated seeding machine evenly distributes tiny tobacco seeds into each tray. Because tobacco seeds are extremely small, barely the size of a grain of sand, this process ensures uniform planting and optimal growth. Inside climate-controlled greenhouses, these seed trays are placed under artificial lighting, and seedlings are watered and monitored carefully. After about 7 weeks, the young tobacco plants are strong enough to be transplanted into open fields, where they will continue growing for several months. Once transplanted, the seedlings grow rapidly, reaching heights of 5 to 6 feet, as tall as a young child. In July, as the plants begin to flower, farmers take 2 critical steps to ensure maximum leaf quality. Farmers drive specialized cutting machines across the fields, removing the flower tops of the tobacco plants. This process helps concentrate nutrients in the leaves, making them richer in nicotine and flavor. Spraying growth inhibitors. A mild chemical treatment is applied to the plants to slow excessive growth and maintain the ideal leaf texture. After another month, the tobacco leaves start turning a golden yellow color, signaling that they are ready for harvest. A mechanical digging machine carefully uproots the plants, lifting them from the soil and placing them into large collection bins on trucks. Favorable weather conditions contribute to a successful harvest, ensuring that farmers gather a high-quality yield for processing. Once the trucks are fully loaded, the harvested tobacco is transported to a curing warehouse, where the drying process begins. Curing and drying the tobacco leaves. Curing is a crucial step in cigarette production, as it affects the flavor, texture, and burning properties of the final product. Once delivered to the curing facility, tobacco leaves are spread out and carefully arranged to remove excess moisture while preserving essential oils and natural flavors. Traditional curing methods involve air drying, sun curing, or flue curing. Many modern factories use flue curing, where wood is burned beneath the storage room floors to create consistent heat. This process typically takes 5 to 8 weeks, allowing the tobacco leaves to dry out gradually without losing their essential compounds. After curing, the dried tobacco leaves are transported to a pressing machine, where they are compressed into uniform square bundles for easier handling. These large bales of dried tobacco are then shipped to the cigarette factory, where the real transformation begins. Processing the tobacco in the factory. Upon arrival at the cigarette manufacturing plant, the dried tobacco undergoes a series of processing steps: sorting and quality control. The leaves are categorized based on size, type, and quality. Inferior or damaged leaves are discarded or repurposed for lower-grade tobacco products. Moistening and conditioning. If the leaves are too dry, they are lightly steamed and moistened to make them more pliable and easier to process. Stripping and blending, the leaves pass through a stripping machine, which removes the stems and veins, leaving only the fine tobacco material. The stripped tobacco is then blended to create a consistent flavor profile. Once blended, the tobacco is cut into small, fine pieces and sent to the high-speed cigarette production line. Rolling, cutting, and assembling the cigarettes. Modern cigarette factories rely on highly automated machinery, capable of producing up to 20,000 cigarettes per minute. The process follows these steps. Tobacco is placed onto rolling paper. A large roll of special cigarette paper, measuring up to 7,000 meters, spreads out as finely cut. Tobacco is placed in a straight line along its length. Rolling and cutting. The paper is wrapped tightly around the tobacco to form a long, continuous rod. The rod is then cut into shorter sections, each the length of a cigarette. Filters are attached to both ends of the cigarette using tipping paper, a special adhesive-coated paper that binds the filter securely. Quality control, packaging, and distribution. Before the cigarettes are packaged, they undergo rigorous quality control checks to ensure they meet factory standards. Machines inspect the weight and density of each cigarette, the firmness of the roll, and the filter attachment strength. Once approved, the cigarettes are arranged into small groups and wrapped in foil to preserve freshness. Then the packs are enclosed in a protective plastic film to maintain their aroma and moisture levels. Finally, the packs are stacked into cartons, loaded onto pallets, and prepared for distribution. A high-tech industry with environmental considerations. Cigarette factories continuously improve their manufacturing techniques to reduce waste and minimize environmental impact. Some facilities incorporate energy-efficient drying systems, automated waste recycling programs, and sustainable packaging solutions. While cigarette production is a highly sophisticated process, the global movement toward reducing smoking rates continues to influence industry trends. From small tobacco seeds to mass-produced cigarette packs, the process of making cigarettes is a complex, high-speed industrial operation. Whether one supports or opposes smoking, it is fascinating to see how technology and craftsmanship come together in modern factories. If you found this deep dive into cigarette manufacturing interesting, be sure to like, share, and explore more factory tours to uncover the hidden processes behind everyday products.